Live from New York City, it's the Wendy Williams Show. Today, it's a triple shot of drama. Last night's Celebrity Apprentice cast-offs, Kenya Moore, Ian Ziering, and Johnny Damon are here, speaking out on the most explosive boardroom ever. Plus, our Grand Fantasy giveaway continues. Watch for the word of the day for your chance to win. And Wendy's breaking down all of today's super juicy hot topics. Now, here's Wendy.
Well, as soon as I can feel my toes, because it's so cold in here, they're numb, I'll be doing better. In the meantime, let's heat things up with Hot Topics. You're too kind. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Did you watch Celebrity Apprentice last night? You know, I'm a fan of Celebrity Apprentice. This has got to be the best season ever. I think. And one of the things I love about Celebrity Apprentice versus like housewife shows and other shows that are ratchet, because Celebrity Apprentice has its ratchet way, but it kind of classes things up because it's the boardroom. Do you know what I mean? Yes. So it was juicy last night. The showdown between Kenya and Vivica was mouth-watering. Things got really nasty when Kenya, who you know is here. Good morning. Good morning, Kenya. It's being alleged, however, I do believe, Kenya, that you did take Vivica's cell phone. It was shade. But you know what? But see, true talk, that's how you're supposed to operate on Celebrity Apprentice. All bets are off. You don't go on that show to be nice and raise money for your charity. You go on that show to stab each other in the back and then make money for your charity. Now, usually the backstabbers, if you notice, aren't the ones that win. Like if you go back to the beloved Joan Rivers and, you know, some of the others, some of the biggest stuff, well, that's why Kenya is here today, you know? Like, it's very interesting to watch, but those usually aren't the winners. Anyway, things got really nasty. Kenya was alleged to have taken Vivica's cell phone and posted something about menopause on her. Take a look, and then we'll talk.
Kenya, did you steal her phone by any chance and maybe tweet that out yourself? I've seen a lot of things. I don't think I've ever seen that one before. We've really reached a new low.
That's just the kind of
I don't
person she is.
appreciate that.
Baby, I'm calling you like I see you.
I don't
That
feel
makes
like you're my
Omarosa look like an angel.
competition.
Yes.
I don't feel like you're my competition. I don't need to do anything that to steal your phone. I'm not a thief.
Yeah.
And if there's a phone that
Girl, you living a lie
Oh my
all
God.
day. Stop
Mr.
it.
Trump, I don't
let's not
appreciate
go
the
there.
insults, really.
You live a lie, you act
I
like a lie.
respected this
you fake,
woman.
you phony.
You know, I haven't even given Omarosa a thought in so long. It's crazy that this Kenya has come along, and this thing with Kenya and Brandy and everything, you kind of forget that Omarosa was, you know, Trump's villain. Anyway, Kenya. I think that you took the phone. Vivica, I don't understand why you don't have a lock on your phone. And I'm not one to talk because I just put a lock on my phone maybe 3 or 6 months ago because I left it in a like a restaurant, and fortunately it was there when I came back. But I don't put the lock on my phone necessarily to control, you know, my family and people not looking in it. I do it for just in case I leave it someplace or just in case somebody picks it up and wants to say something on my social media. First of all, Vivica is 50 and Kenya, you are 44. Young lady, 44 and 50, same difference. In terms of menopause and things like that. And my thing with Vivica is, Vivica, I don't even know why you pay her dust. Only because Kenya is smart. And the housewives, all of them, whatever franchise, whatever player on any housewives have nothing to lose. Do you understand? Like, when you get in a fight with a housewife, that's like arguing down here. I'm not saying, I'm just stating. You know, they have nothing to lose. It's not even worth arguing with them. Yes, you've got a long body of work as an actress and everything, and you're very respected in Hollywood. And then Geraldo. Geraldo is the instigator of all instigators. So we can talk more about Apprentice when Kenya comes out here, but I do want to let you know that, in case you didn't watch, that Kenya's left, Lisa Gibbons is left, and Vivica's left, and I predict that Lisa Gibbons will win because she defends herself, but she's not ratchet with it. Geraldo's a little ratchet, and Vivica is not going to win. But that's my prediction. Kenya and Ian Ziering and Johnny Damon were all fired last night, and they're going to be here later on our show. Well, the numbers are in. Keep clapping for Katy Perry. Katy's Super Bowl performance, halftime performance, was the highest rated of all time. Of all time. 118.5 million people watched Katy's performance. 116 million people watched the Super Bowl, which means she had more viewers than the actual Super Bowl. You know? I like Katy Perry too. I just found this very, very hard to believe. And in my head, I had to come up with a solution as to why this was, you know. I know she's fire, but I'm sorry, Beyonce was more fire. And I think Madonna is more fire. And Bruno Mars is that fire for the whole family fire. But I'm gonna tell you what, the way everybody is lined up here on the wall is exactly in order of how they ranked in their Super Bowl performances. Beyonce came in last. I'm talking out of the, exactly. Madonna second to last. Bruno Mars is second. And Katy is the #1 most viewed Super Bowl halftime show of all time. Now, I'm very happy for her, but I've found out the reason why in my head. And it's not because people don't like Katy, it's because the other games might have had a big point spread where you can clearly see who's about to win the game. So therefore, people walk away from their TV to go get the snacks, or they turn on the ID channel to watch a murder, and then they come back to the game. This game, and I didn't watch the halftime show. This is the first halftime show I've missed in all of my adult life. Maybe I'm just jealous, so I'm trying to figure out why it is that I wasn't. You know, I don't like to be left out of stuff. But this game, from what people were telling me, because I didn't watch the game either, the points were so close at the time of halftime that my thought is that most people didn't even change the channel, didn't move a muscle. They were waiting for the game to come back. So in my mind, Katy won by default. That's all. And yeah, there's that thing called she's fun for the whole family, but so is Bruno Mars. How is he not first? And how is Beyonce behind Madonna? There's a glitch in, thank you, sir, a glitch in the system. Thank you, thank you. I love my people. Listen to him, he's laughing loud, he's dressed appropriately. My people. Another big winner at the Super Bowl, Missy Elliott. Oh. Missy's appearance during the halftime when Katy was performing introduced her to a whole new audience. Now, it's hard for some of us to imagine because some of us were there at the beginning of Missy's career, and some of us still pay massive homage when we see her. But it's crazy because she's got 3 songs in the top 10 of iTunes now since Super Bowl. But this goes to show you something that I've always said, like when you see a celebrity someplace, don't drool over the celebrity and try to get up on the celebrity. What you want to squint and do is look to see who the celebrity is surrounded by. I've always found it more interesting, like in celebrity watching, not the actual celebrity, but who is this guy with her that qualifies him to be with, you know, so on and so forth. And who are these girls hanging around with her? Because the people who you surround yourself by are often a better reflection of who you are than anything else. So people, while they were fascinated with Katy, people seem to be uber fascinated by this woman that they had never seen before. You know, the young kids who are still buying music, not like some of us. You know, because I suspect that my generation, we love Missy, but we're not the ones putting her up on the iTunes because we got mortgages and college tuition to take care of. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I'm saying? But it's these young kids, and I think that's really terrific. The crazy thing is that Missy is not just Missy, she's a legend. And her last album was out in 2005, which seems just like yesterday. But for the kids, they had no idea who this woman was on stage. So now I think that Missy needs to capitalize on this heat and collaborate with somebody like Drake, you know, who's got heat. He's like a heat-seeking missile at this point. She needs to collaborate to get back in the heads of like the music buyers, which are, you know, young kids. But it's crazy. You ever talk to a young person, and I'm not talking real young, like, I was speaking to a 21-year-old the other day, and she was from out of town. And I was, you know, saying to her, because, you know, that's how you keep your finger on the pulse of stuff. You talk to the young girls, you know, to see where their minds are. So I'm speaking to her, and she said, oh, Miss Wendy, I love that. She said, oh, Miss Wendy, I watch your show all the time. I don't remember you from radio, but I sure do love you on the TV. I said, yeah, thanks, young lady. I said, well, who else do you watch? She says, I watch Ellen. I love Ellen. I said, well, do you watch like Judge Judy and court shows and stuff? Do you watch other talk shows? Do you watch Maury and junk? And so she says, no. I said, well, do you watch Rachel Ray? She's in my, you know, me and Rachel are neighbors in the same, hey, Rachel. She goes, I don't even know who Rachel Ray is. I'm like, are you serious? And then my nephew comes in the room, and my nephew's like, yeah, you know who Rachel Ray is. She's the one who makes the dog food that we feed the dogs with. I'm like, no, because Rachel does a lot of stuff. It's not a ooh, it's just like kids don't know. And it's crazy. It's not disrespectful. It doesn't make me feel old. It's just crazy. They walk around, oh my Godding, with those buds in their ear. They let the whole world pass them by. Shout out to all the young people watching the Miss Wendy show. Thank you. A mess. Okay, So we were talking about Katy Perry, and you know she's back in this relationship with John Mayer. They broke up and split up like 4 different times. John's been around, he's 37 years old, Katy's 31. This will always be my favorite picture of her. Always. It's a gorgeous dress, I know. Apparently she doesn't trust him. And so her rule is very strict and very emphatic. She reportedly won't let more than 2 weeks go without him making a plan to see her. Really? And so what part of this do you think that this relationship is not gonna be over in 30 seconds? First of all, when you start making rules like that, even when you like a guy, like if a guy approached me like that, I mean, like, even if you like him, I'd be like, yeah, okay. Already thinking there's a problem. You know, when you're in a relationship with somebody, when you really want to see them, you see them. There shouldn't have to be rules on that. But apparently that was one of the problems during one of the times that they were together, is that Katy was on world tour and she was the one who was gone for like a month at a clip and so on and so forth. And I guess John never flew in to see her and she never took a weekend to fly out to see him, and then the relationship fell. But if you have to demand time of somebody, that's not really a good look, whether it's for these two or you watching. That's not really that. Katy, you should probably just move on. Yeah. And another thing, Katy, that part where you're demanding that John stop communicating with his exes. When a woman, and first of all, he's got no kids with no exes. They don't share a payment on a house. So if you've got to tell your man or your woman to stop communicating with an ex and there are no children involved, it's time to walk. Yeah. Justin Bieber had intruders at his house and he didn't call the cops on account of they were 12. Well, apparently he doesn't hang around with enough 12-year-olds, because these days 12-year-olds are up to fangs. And sometimes it's not so good. All right, so 2 young girls, and don't ask me how they got. First of all, you know he lives in the glass house that looks like the Getty Museum or something. He lives in the glass house, and there's a pool in the back. And so apparently Justin was entertaining at the pool with his friends, and these girls, I don't know how they got to the house. Maybe they're neighbors, although I see no neighbors. Maybe they took the Uber. You know what I'm saying? I have no idea. You know, these kids know how to get around. They don't need us driving them places. That Uber takes them anywhere they need to go. So anyway, the 2 12-year-old girls, they found a hole in the gate, and they crawled through the hole in the gate to surprise Justin at his pool, because it was one of the 12-year-old's birthday, and this is what they planned to do. So as opposed to retreating, because you see, oh my gosh, he's home and he's over there, and we don't look like girls that would fit in, you know, maybe if they looked like they fit in, and they weren't 12, you know, if they were older, Justin might, you know, if they were like 2 hot 18-year-olds, they'd probably be invited to the party. So Justin saw the girls, confiscated their cell phones, but didn't call the police. That's not nice. I'm telling you right now, kids need to be taught lessons early in life. Because I mean, if I were Justin, here's what I would do. I would take their cell phones just to make them upset. I would call 911 because I don't want you coming back. And then 911 would get in touch with their parents. The parents would read them for filth that night, probably confiscate the cell phones or whatever. The only reason why I wouldn't keep the cell phones is because what happens when the girls come back to the house for their cell phones? You know what I mean? Like, you don't want these girls around. Or what happens if they try to take you to, you know, Judge Judy for small claims court over the cell phones? But no, I say kids need to be taught a lesson. Would you do that for celebrity? Crawl through a fence and swim in their pool? I think, really? It's just really interesting, but I just think that a 12-year-old in certain situations can be as dangerous as a 32-year-old. And once they realize there's a hole in the fence and, you know, they had access once, they could have access again. And so they needed to have the cops called on them and a mugshot taken, like, you know, like scare the crap out of them, right? That's it? Well, we have more great show for you. Kenya Moore is here next. All new celebrities. They're just like us. We're talking Hollywood hot topics with Us Weekly and from movies to TV.
You don't forget a guy named J.B. Smooth.
He's cracking us up and breaking it down.
Tomorrow on an all-new Wendy.
Welcome back. Okay, our first guest is so entertaining to me. She was involved in some of the most memorable boardroom fights this season on Celebrity Apprentice in the history of the show. But that wasn't enough for Donald to keep her around. Take a look.
The executives didn't like your idea. You know that, right?
Yes, Mr.
Kenya, you're fired.
And Vivica, I wish you all the luck in the world, and I certainly do not go.
I could care less.
Have a nice
Bye,
day.
Trick.
Bye, Kenya.
Bye, Miss Ghetto.
Please welcome the one and only Kenya Moore. Maintaining
You're shrinking.
Thank you, and well, I need some of what you got. Beautiful as usual. Kenya, did you have anything to do with the menopause thing?
Absolutely not.
Is that why your leg is crossed against me? Come on, open up
Is that body language?
Yes.
No, you know, I think the whole thing is quite ridiculous. I don't think that I needed to send out a tweet or take someone's phone to win. I was a strong player from the beginning.
Yes, you were.
And through the end.
Yes.
And so I didn't need to resort to such ridiculousness. I think this show is a meritocracy. So we should be winning on our own merit, what I bring to the table. And I brought a lot to the table. I didn't need to do anything to win or to embarrass someone.
You were a very smart player, but I don't believe a word you're saying.
That's okay. People don't believe my hair is real. I don't care about that either.
No,
It's
we've
all
already
mine.
gotten that established. I'm one of the people I believe your butt is real too.
Yes, and it is.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
I think that people are entitled to their opinion. I think that if you want to believe that it's true, you believe it. If you don't, you don't. I think that I was made a scapegoat. I think that they tried to fire me the week before, and I fought my way out of it. And I just, you know, I made a bad decision in terms of the creative, and that's why I was eventually fired.
But in my opinion, and I've said this before, going on Celebrity Apprentice, you're supposed to use all of your knives and all of everything in your war chest to win, including taking somebody's phone or whatever.
But that doesn't help you win, though, so you don't need to do that.
No, but it helps you play people out of their position.
Well, if out of your position means being the most ghetto and ratchet person on TV at the moment, I guess so. I just, you know, I don't want to bend over and stoop to that level because I might just tilt my crown. So I'll just, you know, stay above that.
By the way, I thought, I'm very familiar with the Hawaiian buns that you guys were trying to. They're delicious, even by themselves. You put them in the microwave for like 10 seconds. Yes. You don't even need butter on them.
Exactly.
But it was so less than smart for you guys to compare buns with buns. But
well, I think it was supposed to be a photobomb. You know, photobomb campaigns are really silly.
Yes.
And they go viral really quickly. And so I think our campaign really, I think, appealed to the younger generation. They got it.
Yeah.
I think the older people,
yes,
they didn't get it.
Well, yeah, because the younger people also weren't that familiar probably with the Hawaiian rolls.
Exactly.
And so take a look at you and Vivica battling it over booty last night.
You've got a perfect body for this.
I hear you.
Your butt is bigger than Vivica's. That's the only reason I haven't suggested it.
Yeah.
Sure about that? I was in a hit movie called Booty Call, and my assets have grossed over $1 billion in the box office. But right now, your lopsided booty is on trend, so let's let you have this moment.
That was pretty nasty, yeah.
No, I didn't like to see her come out of character. Vivica, I didn't like to see you come out of character like that.
Nobody talks about her face, so I mean, to say that, it wasn't nice.
What about her face?
What about it?
What about it? What about it?
You know, listen, I never attack women on their looks.
What about her face? Come on. You're in a safe place. What about her face?
You know, I have been a natural girl. I have never tried to turn myself into Maleficent. So I'm just, I'm okay with it. I'm okay with being a natural girl. I'm okay.
But things could change anytime in the future.
Exactly, and I'm okay with that too.
Okay.
If I need a little tune-up, I need to go to the doctor and say you need to raise these boobs up or put it back together. I don't judge. I really don't. But go have some good work.
Yes.
No shade, no shade. That was no shade, no tea. I promise.
Do you know? I've known Kenya since long before Housewives, when I was on the radio, and you have always been a beautiful, but a mess. Okay, Instagram.
Yeah.
I was reading that Nene has gotten the law involved, cease and desist, so you can't talk about her?
Well, she tried it.
Okay, well, what is this? What's going on?
It's nonsense. Nene, from day one, has been the biggest agitator on our show. She slandered everyone. And last week, she called Claudia a half-breed. She said that she had so much sex, she doesn't have her female parts anymore. I mean, and she's called her, the W word that no one likes to hear.
Does it rhyme with slur?
Yes.
Oh.
And she intimated that I lied about the Apollo situation, which we all know now to be the truth. So really, Nene, I need to send her a cease and desist on whoever makes her wigs.
So... So do you think that Nene had a big mouth and was a bully when there was nobody formidable for her to fight? But as soon as you and I love her, by the way, Claudia.
Yes.
As soon as you and Claudia were able to rise and be the head housewives.
Yeah. I think that
telling
Nene's whole issue with me is that she's intimidated and she has met her match. And I don't think she ever watches herself. Because how do you come out of your mouth and say cease and desist when you're the biggest troublemaker and name caller on the show?
It is kind of called the kettle black.
Yeah.
Now, one more thing before you go. We were talking about you the other day at the Golden Globes party when Lupita Nyong'o shaded you. Now, what happened? Because I heard that she shaded you because she didn't know who you are, and quite frankly, I think that she knows exactly.
Well, you know what? I don't know, and I have to say I'm a huge fan, and I was in my feelings, and I saw her, and I fanned out. I was like, oh my God, it's Lupita. She's a chocolate girl. She won an Academy Award. Of course, I'm gonna be, in support of her. And my friend went to go ask for an autograph, and she was turned down, and I just thought, oh, really?
Why are you asking for an autograph at a Golden Globes party? You're supposed to be amongst the important people.
My friend did, but I still wanted one.
Yes.
Yeah. And I was trying to get a picture with Taylor Swift, and she was taking pictures with everyone.
So did she shade you like an Academy Award winner? Like, please. Was it like...
I never even spoke to her. But I'm still a fan.
It's okay.
Yeah, I still want her to win.
Yes. Now, before you go, are you in love?
I'm getting there. Yeah, but I'm not gonna talk about it because if I talk about it, then the guy isn't real. If I show him he's fake, I just want to keep it to myself.
Well, we don't have time to talk about it because Doug just told me the zero sign, but I asked her behind the scenes, and then you and I will talk about it. The one and only Kenya Moore. Thank you, Kenya. Up next, 2 more cast cast-off from last night's Celebrity Apprentice. Ian Ziering is here, also Johnny Damon. Don't go far. He's a businessman and a Princeton graduate. She told me more, too, but I don't want to go into it. Anyway, our next guest, everybody, were part of the boardroom massacre last night when Donald Trump fired their entire team on Celebrity Apprentice. Give it up for Ian Ziering and former New York Yankee Johnny Damon.
How's everybody?
Everybody's doing well. Ian.
Yes.
So much drama this season.
You know, that's what it's all about.
But you held your own.
It's a very competitive show. I was very motivated by my charity.
Uh-huh.
I went there wanting to, you know, play strong, be aggressive, and finish on top. I did everything I could to make that happen.
Was your experience there what you expected?
You know, I didn't know what to expect. I watched every prior Celebrity Apprentice just to see the subtle nuances that worked, what Donald Trump would like and what he wouldn't like, what strategies would work, what wouldn't work.
Yeah.
And I tried to, you know, boil that down and add myself to the mix. And you know what? I went as far as I could go, and $320,000 for ebkids.org.
Yes.
EB is a horrible disease, and I feel like I won.
Now, Johnny, you were very quiet on this show. You were very under the radar.
Silent giant.
That's a lot of times people would say that's not how you play Celebrity Apprentice. Were you out of your comfort zone?
Well, I was definitely out of my comfort zone, especially when people were going back and forth. I'm just kind of letting them do their thing, trying to fly under the radar, and when it was my turn to be project manager, step up. I had a great team. I mean, Team Infinity won 5 straight in a row, and then we finally lose 1, and then we're all gone. So we did a great job. And and Ian was tough. I mean, he was my pick for the guys to go all the way, especially after Kevin Jonas.
I was going to say, I thought Jonas was a solid player also.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that Geraldo's a good player, but I'd never seen Geraldo in that environment. Geraldo plays dirty.
Well,
but that's how you're supposed to play.
well, but Geraldo has also lost the most out of everybody so far going forward. I think he's lost 8 tasks so far.
He's got more lives than a cat.
Yeah.
Truly.
Ian, Brandy was shady to you in your face, but even more shady when she talked to the camera behind your back. Were you surprised?
No, I mean, that's what she's all about. She needs to be venomous to be relevant.
Yes.
So you really, I mean, that's, I'm not saying anything that isn't true. I mean, the whole Housewives franchise, they're, you know, embattled with all this.
Were you familiar with either one of you with Brandy and Kenya prior to meeting them?
No.
No.
Well, you're married. Your wife doesn't watch The Housewives?
No.
No.
Your wife doesn't watch The Housewives?
No, she's too busy dealing with all the kids.
Yeah, we have kids at home.
Yeah, no, you have 5 children. You have 7 altogether, right?
I have number 7 on the way.
Good for you.
Yeah,
And how many children do you have, Ian?
I've got 2.
You've got 2. Now, Ian, what do you make of Tori Spelling? Poor Tori.
You know, I don't know what to make out of it.
Yeah.
She's doing what she feels best, and I wish her the best.
You know what I always say about that, though? You're a spelling, damn it. This is not how it was supposed to end. You know what I'm saying, Johnny? Like you were spelling.
You know, her mother and father are just really fantastic people.
Yeah, well,
and
her father
Tori,
passed on.
For someone who grew up in the midst of all that opulence, was always so appreciative, so down to earth.
Yes.
And, you know, it's, her path has had some twists in it, so I wish her the best.
Yeah. Now, congratulations on Sharknado 3.
Oh, God.
Right?
Crazy, crazy.
So everyone's coming back. You, Tara Reid, everyone?
Everyone who wasn't eaten.
Yeah. Johnny, what do you do now that you're retired? And how long have you been?
He's not retired.
No,
this guy can still play ball.
But you're not on the Yankees anymore.
No, I've been out of the game for 2 years. I've been playing a whole lot of golf.
Yeah.
I know Sharknado is coming down to Orlando, Florida soon, so
we'll
see if there's...
He knows people.
I know somebody.
He should be a designated hitter right now. The guy is built like a brick house and can still play ball.
Now, and by the way, are you returning to Chippendales?
Anything's possible. I'm keeping the shape.
This is good. You're 51, right?
I'm not quite 51 yet, but...
You're 50.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good club.
No shame.
All right, before they go, Johnny, there's 3 players left. Lisa, Geraldo, and Vivica. Who should win, Johnny?
I think Lisa should win.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Ian, who should win?
You know, rather than the people, I'm focusing on the charities, and they're all
Ian,
worthy.
who should win?
You know...
Ian, you're fired. Thank you for being here. The Celebrity Apprentice airs Monday nights at 8 on NBC. Ask Wendy is next. Nice job. All new. You ever hear a story that makes you go, whoa, 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 whoa? You will in Hot Topics. And get glamorous hair at home. With hairstylists to the stars, including First Lady Michelle Obama, Johnny Wright.
Thursday on an all-new Wendy.
How you doing? I had the most magical time at Walt Disney World Resort, and you can too. From thrills and chills to spa time, tea time, and me time. There's something for everyone. Watch the show weekdays through February 26th. Look for the word of the day, then go to wendyshow.com and enter for your chance to win a Walt Disney World vacation from me. I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You've got to come. The commercial breaks are the best, right? Oh, it's time for Ask Wendy. How you doing?
Hi, Wendy. My name is Antonio. How you doing?
Hi, Antonio.
Wendy, my downstairs neighbor is the worst neighbor in the world. Every time I walk across the room, she hits the ceiling with a broom. And whenever, like, I'm in the hallway, she watches me through the peephole, opens the door and starts yelling at me. The other day, I was getting a little nookie from my boyfriend. She called the cops on me. I mean, nookie ain't a crime. Now, I've been there for 5 years. Rent is good. I don't want to move.
How long has she been there?
A year.
Let me guess. Fairly young, but no man.
No man, but a little older.
How old is older?
Angry 5.
Oh, I got it.
She's angry 5.
Yes, I got it. Yeah, she's 50-something, but
Yeah.
the angry one.
Yeah.
Well, why don't you invite her for a cocktail party?
I've tried.
Oh.
I've tried reasoning with her. She just yells.
Well,
and
then
yells.
why don't you get a throw rug and get that board that creaks? You know, a throw rug will absorb sound.
Well, I have one. I mean, I tiptoe, and boom, sure enough, it comes.
First of all, it's your apartment, too. Now, I wouldn't do another thing to appease her. That's all you can do. Because this past weekend on Lifetime, I told you I was watching Apartment 4.
Yeah.
And the same mess was going on.
Yeah.
And
well, I'm scared for the same thing.
Well, Juliette Lewis didn't die, so you won't die either. But there's nothing else he can do. There's nothing that you can do. When the cops came, did they think you were ridiculous?
No, they said, "Sir, go have yourself a good night. We'll go talk to her."
Yeah, so they thought that she's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Carry on, Antonio. Carry on.
Hi, Wendy. My name is Andrea. How are you doing? Because I ain't doing too good.
What's wrong, Andrea?
Okay, so my ex-boyfriend, I broke up with him last year because I found out he was cheating on me with my coworker. Yeah, I know. Thank you.
Does he work near you?
He works with me.
Now, who's more boss there at the work, you or him?
Him.
Okay.
So the problem is that
How long were you dating him?
2 years, 2.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah, the problem is that she's still working with me.
Okay.
And she doesn't know that I know.
Okay.
That I know that I know.
Yeah.
The issue is, do I confront her with the situation? Because every time I see her, she's always hugging me and being really friendly, and it's making me really uncomfortable.
No,
so.
Here's the thing. First of all, no, she shouldn't go to him either, because he's dust to her. You're already broken up with him. He's a boss over you, so he could potentially fire you. And this other girl, you don't need to say anything. She'll probably watch the show later today and know. But you know what? I would not say anything to her, because you don't want her to know that him possibly cheating with her was the demise of your relationship. You want to make it seem like something else, okay? I'm sorry, Andrea. Hang in there. There is a woman, listen, there's a woman in our audience who wants to start dating again, but first she needs her 27-year-old daughter to move out. Ask Wendy continues next. Make your feed a little more fabulous. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for hot topic updates, candid pictures, and of course, behind-the-scenes dish. Get in on the conversation today. Before the break, I teased a woman in the audience who's ready to start dating again, but first you gotta make your 27-year-old daughter move out.
Yes. Hi, Wendy. I'm Patty. How you doing?
Hi, Patty.
So I'm recently divorced of 30 years, a few years ago. So now my daughter is 27 years old. She has a good job.
Okay.
You know, she makes really good money. She pays a little bit of rent. And now it's time for me to start dating again. So I'm trying to get her to move out. Okay. How do I do that?
Give her a time frame, and to me, it's reasonable to say that time frame is July 1st. She's got a good job, which means she's got her first, last, and security to go. Don't lie to her about why you want her to move out. You want her to move out because you've still got juicy years.
Absolutely.
And you want to start dating and not being able to bring a guy back to the house because your daughter's in the living room scrutinizing is not your idea of fun.
I know. I am single and ready to mingle.
And that's go, Patty, go. All right, out by July 1st. Up next, eye candy. Nice job, Patty.
Thank you very much.
How you doing? Now's your chance to win a Walt Disney World vacation from me. Go to wendyshow.com through March 1st to enter, and the word of the day is...
Princess.
I've got a diva fan for my eye candy of the day, makeup artist from Queens, New York. Say hello to Tamara. Hilaire. As soon as I came out of those double doors, I saw you in the front row. Tell us about your look. I love.
Thank you. My dress is from Cara. It was about $70. My shoes are Christian Louboutin, about $1,500.
Now, you see, it has Gucci detail right here with the bamboo. I thought it was
so, too.
It's so cute. Good job, Tamara. We'll be right back. Nice job. Time today. Thank you so much. I want to thank Kenya Moore. Thank you to Ian Zirin. Thank you, Johnny Damon. And my co-host, the best, my studio audience. Hey, tomorrow, my friend JB Smoove is coming, and he always gives good chat. And plus, I got you with the hot topics. I love you for watching today, and I'll see you next time on...